What's going on, guys? Today I want to talk to you about an extremely popular term that's been going around for quite some time now. Fake it until you make it. I kind of want to break that term down and give you the do's and don'ts and how to be able to use this as a benefit towards your journey. All right, guys. The term "fake it until you make it" has been an extremely popular buzzword, and it can be extremely beneficial. But it's not meant to be taken the way that it's normally taken. Normally, it's portrayed as you have to rent exotic cars, go to exotic Airbnbs, pull out all the money to your name to take pictures with it, take pictures with stacks of fake money, um, other people's jewelry, stuff like that. So you can portray yourself online as a really well together, successful businessman. Um, and that's just not the case. Like, you have to accept the fact that the journey is not going to be an instant success. You have to, like, kind of cherish the times that when you're just starting out, because honestly that's some of the most fun times that you're ever going to encounter in building a business or building a brand or whatever you're getting into. um, I know personally the beginning stages of a company are the most fun times where you're creating everything. It's the most stressful, it's the most hectic, but it's the most fun. And people know that. People want to see the human side of you. um, you're not really going to gain a bunch of traction business wise and close thousands of sales if you put on a front all of the time. And a lot of people miss that. They think that if they make themselves seem perfect and all together and make no mistakes and are wildly successful really quick, then people are just going to flock to them and give them sales left and right, or benefit them in some way, or look up to them and respect them more, when generally that's not the case, because it's normally pretty apparent when the the smoke and mirrors is going on. And also, to try to keep up with other people it's foolish, because social media is only a highlight reel. It's the stuff that everybody wants you to see. It's the positive times, the good times, the success, the wins. It's never the losses, the heartbreak, the screw ups. Like, it's never the ugly side of business. Um, and people want to see that too. They want to know that if they get into this business, they need to see the reality of it. They're not gonna see the you made $100,000 in your first 2 months and you've just gone to pursue this full time, and it's been super easy with you. You have tons of sales, tons of leads, tons of people, whatever the case may be in your business, when that's not the case. Because all that ends up happening is people will come, but then it's not as easy as they perceive it to be, and they don't see the same success, so they get burnt out and frustrated and fall off. Um, I mean, if you're looking to come in and get like quick sales and quick money off of people, then that's the way to go. But the longevity of the business, that's obviously not the way to go. Um, just simply because people will assume that they'll be able to come in and in 6 weeks their entire life's going to change when they're making $25,000 a month and they've got a brand new car in the driveway. Um, and that's just not what you want to put up. Like, it's okay to be human. It's okay to make mistakes. The way that social media is kind of, the tides are changing in it. It's going to take quite some time for it to finally hit the traction that I know it will down the road. And that'll affect all online based companies, and business deals and everything of the sort. But when you're putting yourself out there as a human that makes mistakes, and you show the ugly side, you show the truth, you're 1,000 times more relatable to anybody that you're gonna close a sale on. or partner with or whatever the case may be. Um, and you gain people's trust. And you have to think of the long game when you're doing this, because if you're just trying to do the smoke and mirrors, gain some quick traction, make a couple bucks here and there, and then go on to the next venture, that's obviously not the way to go business wise. But you have to get the ball rolling and gain the traction and gain their trust, because then the long game you'll benefit 1,000 times more. Um, and a lot of people don't understand this, which that's okay. It's kind of human nature where you don't want to look bad, you don't want to make mistakes, you don't want to screw anything up. And the faster that you come to terms with that's what people want to see, not to see your failures and watch you fail, but they want to see that it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to not gain 500 sales in your first week. It's okay to not understand how to do things and be bad at things and progress and learn. Now I get it. Nobody wants to be bad at anything. It's not fun being bad at stuff, but at the same time, it's extremely fun to be terrible at things, because 6 months down the road, you can go back and look and see how terrible you were at whatever you were doing, and now you see how much better you've gotten, and it's one of the most gratifying feelings in the entire world whenever you can see your progression um, over time. It's an extremely beneficial feeling, and it really kind of kickstarts you to really dig deep and get even better. So then you can see in another 6 months, you'll look back and see the entire progression over the last year of how you slowly began to perfect whatever you're doing. Um, and that's a key thing. Like, that shows your evolution in business. Um, but like I was saying at the beginning, fake it until you make it can be used to benefit you. It can be used to benefit you in the long run. And what I mean by this is, use fake it until you make it for yourself. Show your authentic self. Show your screw up. Show your failures. Show how you have no idea what you're doing, and don't be afraid of that. Don't be ashamed of that. But don't question yourself. Tell yourself, if you're getting into starting a car washing company, you are the most successful car washing business in your area. You know exactly what you're doing. Your skills are the best of the best. Fake it until you make it. In a nutshell, what that really means at its core is, fake it to yourself. You can't question yourself. You have to be dead to rights that you are the best at whatever you're doing, and tell yourself that. Say it out loud. Tell people that. Now, obviously, don't go like flaunting it in like the negative way, but like the people that are supporting you, let them know, like, I'm serious about this. This is what I'm doing. This is why I'm doing it. I'm the best at this. I'm a wild success at this. And you have to fake it to yourself. You don't fake it to the world. You fake it to yourself, is the easiest way that I could put that. And that's beneficial, because the way that you attract opportunities to advance in whatever field you're doing in is, you have to put yourself in that place of already being successful in whatever field you're doing. And obviously, when you're first starting out, that is super hard to do, because you're going to feel like a fraud, because if you have absolutely no idea about most of the behind the scenes stuff about your company, but you put it out there to yourself that you've got it all figured out and you're the best of the best, and everybody comes to you and you're number one, and you're doing 5 million in revenue a year, and you've got 100,000 extremely happy clients, and the word of mouth is just buzzing, and you're the biggest company in your area. It's hard to believe that, but you have to consistently remind yourself that that's what you are. You're not hoping to get there. You are there. And while you're doing this, while you're telling yourself and reminding yourself over and over again, day in and day out, that you are the best at what you're doing and your company is the biggest and you're making X amount of money a year and you've got X amount of sales going on, you're showing everybody that you're a normal person just like them. And they can watch your progression in the success of whatever you're taking on. And all that does is it gains their trust. And what happens when you gain people's trust? You can start working other things in. If you've got 500 people who follow you online and see that you're genuine, and if you try something out and it doesn't work, and you tell them, hey, don't try that, it was a terrible idea, and then you put it out there that this product is amazing and it's a genuine honest review on it or information, and then you tell them like the good, bad, and the ugly about everything, it's going to be 10 times easier to start really making those sales down the road. In the long game, it's going to take off, and then you're going to be an overnight success in a matter of 3 or 4 years. Now, I know a lot of people don't want to hear that because they want the instant gratification, but all of this pertains to the long game. And the faster that you can kind of realize that and come to terms with the fact that you're human, is the faster then that you're going to be able to really take off and see the success that you want, because you're reaffirming it day in and day out over and over again that you are exactly where you want to be. You're not working on getting there, you're already there. 100% guaranteed you're already there. Excuse me. You're already there, and you're also showing the progression. Those are two key elements that will guarantee you success in whatever you're working on, and people will go absolutely crazy for it, and you'll have no issues. But then you'll see the guys that come out of the gate making $250,000 a year. They're number one in their area. They're taking all these pictures with the things that they don't own. 6 months down the road, they're going to be in that same vicious cycle, just in a new opportunity. And they jump ship and jump ship and jump ship and keep the ball rolling with the fake persona that they've got it all together when they have nothing to their name whatsoever. And then you'll see the guys that show that they're not all together, but privately they're faking it to themselves over and over again, day in and day out, that they're exactly where they're wanting to get to, and it's already there. You have to speak as if, which means speak it as if it already is. And then it's just a night and day difference between one and the other, pretty much. But I've been on both sides of it. Of course, when I first started out as a quote-unquote entrepreneur, when I was in high school, I was the same way. I wanted to take pictures with the money that I made and show all the flashy stuff and show this persona like I've got it all together to impress people, and I got nowhere. And then as I got older and I learned more about the law of attraction and positive mindset stuff and entrepreneurship in as a whole, and I've worked hand in hand with successful people who were making 8-9 figures a year, where they have a 10-figure a year business. People that are number one in different fields. Working with them shows a completely different side, and it's how I was able to grow as an entrepreneur over the years, and it's really benefited me from getting me away from the immature side of entrepreneurship to actually creating successful growing businesses, and I can do it time and time again. And that's all from fake it until you make it, because I went from faking it to everybody on social media to faking it to myself and showing the entire journey to everybody else, gaining the trust, gaining their respect, and now I can create business after business after business, and the following, not really the following, but the people that have seen me progress and seen just how everything works, they follow to each new opportunity. And it just keeps going and growing and growing, and eventually it's going to be a wild success with anything that you touch. So I kind of hope that that kind of clarified a little bit on what that term meant. And I hope you were able to kind of take some things and run with it. If you realize that you were going about it the wrong way, maybe you can make some shifts, or maybe now it's going to kind of open your eyes to other people doing it, and you're going to realize that 9 times out of 10 it's not real. But yeah, it's kind of a different format tonight, kind of a raw, uncut version of it. Hope you guys like it and trying some new things. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the content, make sure to subscribe, like the video, and hit the notification bell, and I will see you guys soon.